Anna-Karin Palm, Swedish Academy, you just announced that the Nobel Prize in Literature for 2024 will go to Han Kang. Could you please tell us something about the authorship?
Well, Han Kang is a writer from South Korea. She was born in 1970, but she has been a published author already for 30 years. Her debut was in 1993 in a magazine, a literary magazine, and then 1994, a collection of short stories. I would say this is a very rich and complex oeuvre that spans many genres, and Han Kang writes this really intense lyrical prose that is both tender and brutal, and sometimes slightly surrealistic as well. There's a continuity as to themes that is quite remarkable, but at the same time a huge stylistic variation that makes every book a new aspect or a new expression of these central themes.
If you haven't read her, what would you recommend to start with?
Oh, depends on who it is, but I always try to make individual recommendations. But I would say the book Human Acts from 2014. It's a very moving, sometimes terrible story because it's based on a historical event of a massacre when the military in South Korea, 1980, killed over 100 students and civilians that were demanding democracy and human rights. But Han Kang uses this historical base in a very special way when she lets different characters reflect these events, both then and in the present, and also shows how the living and the dead are always intertwined and how these kind of traumas stay in a population for generations sometimes. And it's also that in this book, always, but especially effective in this book, I would say, is her very tender and precise prose that in itself almost becomes a counterforce to these brutal noisiness of power.